Let a rich person and a poor person swap lives to see what the other's world is like. The poor person gets to experience the life of the rich. Both the process and the outcome might be totally different from what you'd expect. Once you see it, you might have a whole new take on the life you actually want. First, let's check out the rich person's life. Julia, who is 51, is a professional accountant. Her husband runs a construction materials supply store, and she herself owns a chain of car wash and tire shops. She lives in a huge luxury apartment with fancy decor. She owns countless fur coats and luxury items. For over 20 years, she's consistently gone to the gym 4 times a week. We won't go into too many other details. Now the show producers just give her 1 ticket and enough cash to cover the trip, telling her to get to the destination on her own. Now let's look at the poor person's life on the flip side. Maria is 42 years old. She's just a regular woman from the village. She used to be a hospital nurse. Now she's quit her job to raise pigs, chickens, and ducks at home. She buys all her clothes for cheap, usually getting them online. As for her financial situation, I guess there isn't much more to say. Now they just give her a ticket and send her off to experience the wealthy life. At this point, Julia has already arrived at her destination. Since she doesn't have enough money left for the rest of the travel, she has no choice but to wait on the side of the road for a kind driver. Finally, the driver agrees. 200 rubles for a 30-kilometer ride. Is this driver running a charity today, or something?
Спасибо.
Вспомните меня добрым словом.
Будем надеяться, что мне все пройдет просто.
At the same time, Maria has also made it to her location. Julia's friend is there to pick her up.
Да, пойдем.
But nobody comes to pick up Julia. After all, the poor life is just this simple and basic.
Гуси, га-га-га. Кш отсюда.
Now, the only thing Julia can do is unlock the cowshed and introduce herself to the calves, but she doesn't even notice the calves run right past her.
Идите, заходите внутрь.
Since the calves don't want to go back in, she can't do anything about it. Next, she goes into the house to get familiar with the surroundings. It looks like she doesn't mind the place. Then, it's time to check out the list of tasks the producers left for her. And these tasks are exactly what the family does every single day.
Поэтому за всеми зверями я ухаживаю сама.
She has to constantly monitor the pigs that are getting ready to breed. Plus she has to deal with 2 geese that have been fighting recently. She needs to tag them and separate them. What upsets her the most is that the budget for today is 0 rubles. Of course, Maria has already prepared a meal for her. It's all rich and fatty food, but at least it will fill her stomach. At this moment, Maria also arrives at Julia's apartment. Looking at the luxurious decor and the heated floors inside, she immediately gets excited. And her absolute favorite spot is Julia's dressing room. This is probably every woman's dream come true.
Я завидую горожанке, очень сильно завидую.
She is clearly not holding back her feelings. Next, it's time for Maria to check her plan for the day. One task is to film a video selling lingerie. The other is to work out at the gym. But first, she has to eat something. The French snails are definitely not appealing to her. In the end, she just finds some bacon in the fridge to eat. She doesn't get why rich people's houses don't even have sausages or dumplings. On the other side, Julia is already ready to start working. Maria's mother teaches her how to check the pig's readiness to breed by looking at their tails.
Нет, я не пойду туда. Я же могу посмотреть вот под хвостом-то. Ну, подожди. Вот, да.
After struggling for a bit, she finally takes a peek. Now it's confirmed the pigs aren't ready to breed yet, since her clothes weren't suitable for working. Maria's mother takes her to change into something else. Now it's time to tag the geese.
Иди сюда. Вижу.
This look feels just right. With her clothes change, she looks exactly like a country woman. She finally catches the geese. Tagging them means she has completed her first task.
Слушай, я даже вообще не ожидала, что я когда-то в жизни смогу так гуся держать.
Meanwhile, Maria has arrived at the gym. She meets Julia's personal trainer. She gets exhausted after just 3 minutes on the stair climber. Next, she tries squats.
Колени шире. Еще. Вот.
Не могу.
The arm lifts that follow are no problem for her. though. After all, she does farm work all the time back home. A few hours of working out completely wipes her out. She figures if she put all this effort into her farm, she could get so much work done. So Maria feels that this is all just a waste of time and self-torture. Now, both of them have completed the assigned task plans. The next day, Julia keeps up her routine of getting up at 7 a.m. Even in the countryside, she still lives a refined life.
Самая красивая, ты самая...
And her task today is to pick up trash. Then she has to go to the cultural center for an exercise class, which is basically like a local dance class. She is thrilled when she hears that. Finally, an activity she actually likes. At the same time, Maria wakes up to that she doesn't like the rich people's oatmeal breakfast. So she makes herself an omelet instead. And her tasks for today are to talk to customers at the car wash and conduct a survey. In the evening, she has to go to a bar to learn how to make cocktails and have a drink with Julia's sisters. Since she didn't have time to film the lingerie video yesterday, she records one today to make up for it. On the other side, Maria's father is getting ready to take Julia to collect trash. But when he sees the outfit she's wearing, he thinks she needs to change.
Нет, пойду так.
The old man thinks wearing that to collect trash is a bad idea. Mainly, he'd be embarrassed to be seen walking with her like that. But Julia insists on wearing it. These physical tasks are no sweat for Julia, so it seems successful people don't waste time complaining. They are decisive in everything they do, especially a successful businesswoman her age.
Хочу, может, тебя увезти туда, в центр.
In the end, the old man takes Julia to the garbage dump. After they drop off all the collected trash, the task is complete. Turns out, the rich can do the poor's work too.
Дело сделано.
Спасибо.
Meanwhile, Maria arrives at the car wash right on time. She has to talk to the customers as they pass by and complete the survey.
Оцените от 1 до 10 мойку.
Баллов 9.
It looks like customers are quite satisfied with the car wash, and Maria has now completed her task. Now, on the other side, Julie is getting ready to start her rural dance class.
Поехали тогда. Делаем энергичнее.
You gotta admit, for someone her age, she's still light on her feet and agile. Her performance is well received by everyone there. She even becomes popular. On the other side, Maria is learning how to mix cocktails, but she cares more about how much this stuff costs. Now that the cocktails are made, she can go enjoy them with Julia's friends. They are all about the same age as Julia, so they don't mock her at all. Instead, they ask her if she's adjusting to this life.
Хотела бы ты все это бросить и променять эту жизнь на...
Все-таки, мне кажется, в деревне как-то попроще. Я пойду в стайку. Сяду. Куда пойдешь? Ну, сяду.
She has a point. Life in the countryside is more free. In the city, there are always restrictions. According to the rules, Julia and Maria can now meet via video call. It's their first time seeing each other.
Слушай, я очень довольна. Такое ощущение, что я в своем детстве просто.
И жизнь у тебя, честно, ты как белка в колесе. Я уже устала за эти 2 дня.
The two have totally opposite views on each other's lives. Watching this, it even makes me wonder. Many people chase the luxurious city life, while others prefer the peace and quiet of the countryside. But actually, most people have never really stopped to think about what kind of life they truly want.
Я домой хочу. Я хочу туда.
Честно говоря, я прям расслабился, была.
Today, both of their tasks are complete, but the tasks for day 3 are still waiting for them. Julia wakes up early. By this time, Maria's husband has already caught a lot of fish, so Julia has fresh fish to cook with. The two women each make breakfast for the other's husband. One makes a light meal, the other makes something richer and fattier. Both husbands admit they can barely adjust, and Julia's first task today is to build a feeding trough for the pigs. For a successful entrepreneur like her, this task is a piece of cake. She chats and laughs with Maria's husband. While knocking the job out, Maria's first task is to take Julia's mother shopping. This seems pretty easy. And her second task is to go horseback riding.
Я вообще просто кондыбаюсь
It's totally normal for Maria, being her first time on a horse, to feel uncomfortable. But what she keeps obsessing over is the high cost of it all. The final task is to give Maria a complete makeover. Meanwhile, Julia is living a happy life with Maria's family, and Julia cooks a hearty lunch.
что я, оказывается, могу быть вообще...
Rural life is straightforward. Do chores, make meals, do farm work without being scared of getting dirty. It's really not that bad. And right now, Maria, in the city, is getting a massive transformation. The country woman suddenly looks like a rich socialite, so it's true that clothes make the person, and makeup changes the woman completely. Incredible.
Очаровала
Ты вообще
нас.
совершенно другой человек. Да? Супруга твоя? Да. Наша любимая.
Even though she's been transformed like this, Maria still wants to go home. After all, none of this belongs to her. In the end, the two women share their feelings via video call. Over these few days, Maria has missed her husband and her home. Julia feels the exact same way, but the difference is, Julia really likes and misses this rural life. So, if it were you, what kind of life would you choose?